Welcome back, guys, to the next episode of the North Pole, and guess what? It's done! Alright, so a few things before we get started. I did originally plan on this series being 10 episodes, however that did change since I am just playing Planet Coaster on a laptop, so when I was trying to build stuff in Planet Coaster and record, it just got a little too heavy on the frame rates and it would have taken me twice as long, so I just said, alright, we'll save this last coaster for this final episode, and I'll show you guys around that and show you all the things I did for that coaster specifically just in this episode. But other than that, we're pretty much just going to get started on the tour. We'll go through all the coasters and all the rides, transports to move around, and yeah, I'll try to keep it as a pretty quick pace so we don't, take up too much time. But yeah, here we go. So obviously, first episode we built this kind of plaza area. Only thing I've added since then are these maps. I like including a few maps in my parks just because one, it gives like some fills the space a little bit, but also will, kind of gives you some direction, and they look pretty cool. So, let's head into the North Pole. Now, I think this park has taken me around probably over 100 hours. Probably not too much over 100, but definitely over 100. But it definitely has been quite the challenge, but definitely have learned a lot. Mainly that interiors and making detailed buildings is quite annoying and takes a lot of time. Which is also kind of why the video schedule turned out being a little bit, erratic towards the end. Just because I built up a buffer of videos, and then it took way longer than I was expecting to finish everything. And then we got the music. Added some ambience just to... Right. So we're just going to head on over to the first coaster, which, as I mentioned, it's kind of was a last-minute decision. Wasn't really planning on, putting a coaster here, but I was like, hey, I kind of want to put a wooden coaster, so I did. Let's see, is there one pulling up? Yes, there is. Very cool. Alright. I will cut to it when we are going to go. Alright, here we go. First coaster of the video. Now, with this coaster and also the snow globe one, it was my attempt to try and make those family friendly. They're both quite extreme. There isn't really any coaster in this park that is actually family friendly for the little kids, so that's kind of something the park's missing, but I still like all the coasters and rides and everything in this park. I wouldn't change them. I'd probably just have to add something else if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Right, now we're gonna head on to the Polar Express to head up to the North Pole. Now I will say, even though this was my first interior, it is quite basic compared to the ones I do, or the last building I did, which was Santa's Workshop, which will be the last coaster we do. Oh, look at that timing, beautiful. Alright, we're gonna do this one in track view, just so we're not too hard of seeing, even though this one. Right, this is the wrong train. There we go. Alright, I'll cut to it when it's ready. Right, and we're just going to go ahead and go to the next station, just because since the last POV, there's been a lot more stuff added to this area, and it looks a lot better, so we're just going to take a look at that as well. Alright, and by the power of editing, we will be at the other station. Alright, and here we go. Let's continue. Not entirely sure how the terrain got on the track over there. I'll definitely have to try to fix, or I'll definitely fix that before I upload this part to the workshop for you guys. Alright, and now we are in the kind of bottom right of the park. And this is a different version of the map. I decided it'd be a little bit too crowded if I tried to include leading the bottom, so I just did two separate ones, but it tells you all the information of the coasters, main attractions, some smaller ones, and some other general information. Right, but first, let's check out Candyland, one of the carousels. And on to Candyland. Now this was, again, kind of like the kid-friendly zone. The only thing extremely kid-friendly about this place is this park. Other than that, you know, there's a drop tower, horrifying big swings, and there's some of these spinning rides, but I mean, those go upside down. So I just realized this one's pretty calm, and so is the balloons. So, not the most kid-friendly area, but I mean, I'm sure kids would love coming here with all the sweets. And we're just gonna quickly go on the drop tower, because they usually give some pretty good views. I did have to lower the amount of people in this park, so in terms of the people that you need, there's a lot less that could be in here to make this park actually look full. But my frames would disagree with having more guests. See the views. Ooh, this is a good view. Come on, go up again. I think that's good. I like this area just because it's nice and kind of peaceful, not too much going on. Just like nice little plaza area. It's cool. And we got this little eating area. I love doing these windows. These were so fun. And they look so good. It's a fun little tiny detail that doesn't give much to the aesthetics of the park, but when you get close up and look at them, it's very cool. Lots of sweets here. We got a fantastic view of the coaster going everywhere. Oh, sounds like we got a train coming. Hello, sir. Speeding along. I promise I'll fix your terrain. I apologize. Oh, did we miss a coaster? Is it coming? Here it comes. Yeah. Cool. We'll explore some of this park at nighttime as well. Just do this first part in day, because it does look, I think, great at both night and day. It's hard for me to choose which one I like better. Right, gonna speed on over to the refinery. Right. This was the first building that I did that was extremely huge, and it took a long time. And again, you'll see in the Santa's workshop how much more detail I actually put into the interiors of stuff. But nonetheless, I do think I was going for like a warehousey, factory type vibe. I think I did pretty good on that, so I can't complain. And up the stairs. More stairs. To the big engine thing. Don't know if I showed this on the timelapse, but I kind of made this area. I needed something to put here, so like, let's have some extra storage of crystals. I think it works pretty good. Very nice. What's this? I don't remember putting that there. That's what happens when I build so much. I was like, oh yeah, I did that. I forgot about that. Now we got the nighttime lighting. It's having like a festive theme. And then with all the lights. Like, just look at this carousel by itself. It looks so cool. I love it. Alright. Oh, I did also add this. I just thought it'd be kind of cool to add some. It's in 2 spots. There and over here. I just thought it'd be really cool to add some track going between the buildings, because that's what I did put the doors in originally. It just adds some movement to the park, which I thought is always good. Gives it some, like, you know, difference. Like, maybe you can walk in here, and then, oh look, you see that, so it's pretty cool. I found that pretty good, huh? Alright. By the way, if you guys, the video has some hitching, it's not on your end, it's on my end, it's just the autosaves. As much as I don't like them, they have saved my butt a few times, and I honestly don't know how to turn them off, so. Again, pretty basic interior, but not horrible. This was a pretty fun queue to do as well. And it was really fun to see how quickly the town developed after I added all these buildings in. I was like, hey, this is actually looking like a village. So that was a pretty cool moment during the building process. Now this is an official giga. Sometimes Planet Coaster, and it does kind of look overwhelming. I mean, it's huge. But according to the stats, it is a giga. Planet Coaster oftentimes looks kind of extreme for stuff for the stats, but I thought it'd be cool. And honestly, since this is kind of a realistic but has some lore to it with some magic, then I thought it was okay for it to look pretty extreme. Because then again, we have a roller coaster and a snow globe. All right, we'll cut to it when it's ready. Alright, there we go. I put the time to sunset so we could get some of the Aurora Borealis lighting on that coaster. I'm not entirely sure how if this exit queue would pass regulation with the coaster being that close, but we're in Planet Coaster, it's fine. Alright, I think that pretty much covers it for this side. We're gonna go ahead and head on over to the other side of the park. This was my first attempt building a bridge, and I was very happy with it. It's not the most elaborate bridge, but it does the job. Got a security guard here. Hey, buddy. This was kind of what I was envisioning when I was first making the park, having snow globe here, big tower coaster there, and then another higher focal point to look in the background. Now I mentioned in the video that I was gonna move these shops around. I did a little, not as much as I originally thought I was going to have to, because I did like how they were a little bit more than I realized. And I also did add this thing before, but yeah, I added some more seats in this area just to kind of make it more of an eating center, and not just shops and then you just walk and eat. We got a Santa meeting area over here. You can get a picture with Santa. I know that Santa's extremely creepy, but it was the best one I could find on the Theme Maker workshop, and I'm very bad at making characters out of basic shapes, and it'd probably be twice the size of that. So I did what I had to do. Alright, we are actually going to go to the Wishing Tree coaster, just because I think that'll be a little bit quicker. From down here, the factory looks absolutely massive, but that was kind of the point. We got the wishing tree. In case you didn't know, the lore that I have behind this coaster is, obviously for Christmas, all the kids make their wishes on what they want for Christmas, and being in the North Pole, those wishes have to go somewhere. So this, I guess, these trees, or probably these ones, they capture all those wishes that all the kids have, and I don't know, you got some desk spaces for people to write down all the wishes. Zoom, there it goes. Alright, I will cut to it when it's ready to restart. Seems like we're having a bit of an interruption with the mechanic. I had forgotten how close we get to the top of that. Right. Let's go. I've actually been on a coaster like this in real life at Cedar Point. Unfortunately, it's been taken down, but still has good memories. Alright. And we're just going to go straight on over to the snow globe. This queue used to be totally full when I first opened the coaster, but now I got a few more other things that attract the guests, I guess. Alright. Let's hop on this thing. Let's see if we're in the right thing. Perfect. Alright. Let's go. Bonk. Alright. I'm very glad that I was actually able to pull off this coaster. At first, when I was making it, it was looking pretty difficult. Like, the coaster that I was trying to make just was very much, little sneak peek, it was very much not wanting to do what I wanted it to do. It was just too extreme G-forces. Getting a coaster to fit, that's a massive snow globe. It was a little bit tight. Right. I'm gonna go to 10 a.m. just to make it nice and sunny. Right, we're gonna save the factory for a little bit later. We're just gonna do a little lap around the park. And here's a new building. There's a whole new area back there as well, which I'll show you guys once we ride it. But I'm very happy with the way that this building turned out. It's quite long, as you can see. Pretty cool. Now this is actually, I don't know why, I just love this area. This shot, mwah, it's beautiful. Drop tower coming down. We'll go on that as well. Actually, we can do that while we're over here. Originally there wasn't much over here, but I added these few shops, these buildings, just to make the tables make sense. And then wanted to have one of these shops over here as well, so added that pretty late on. Yeah. I don't know. I just love this area. Of course, you got the reindeer petting zoo, which I thought was kind of cute. And again, camera. Get a picture with Rudolph. That's literally a light bulb. We can get our picture taken. Ready? 3, 2, 1, cheese. Was that weird? That might have been weird. Oh well. Time to move on. Get the pizza. Alright. Onto the largest drop tower in Planet Coaster. I think there's only one more that's taller actually. But that's like a sky dome thing. Right. And then I specifically found which seat would be the best for this one. So we're gonna go, which one's this, 40? Nope, other way. Get a lovely view of all the mountains, the coaster. And because this ride spins, it's like you don't always get the best view. Here we can see a little bit of the new coaster. But this seat ends at a pretty cool view of the park. There it is. Look at that. It's crazy to me to think that I've built all this. And it just used to be a blank canvas. Whee! Alright. Here we got the final train station. I just copied the building so they're exactly the same. The map. I don't know if this works, but I put this vista point in front of the maps, hoping the guests would actually come up to it and look at it. So it actually looks like they're using the map. I don't know if it's actually working, but in my brain it's working, so good. Alright, zoom in back over to the front of the factory. Zoom. Alright, here we go. So I didn't call this the toy factory just because I thought, well, that's kind of lame, so I wanted to make it more unique. So I called it the North Pole Toy Factory Association of the World. One, just because wanted to have a weird acronym, because why not? And also it'd be a funny gag in the story of the actual tour of the factory. I thought this was a fun room to make. It's hard to decide. I definitely improved a lot on the interior just doing this part because I had to do so many. But it was very hard at first to decide on how much is too much on the interiors and how much is too little. Like, you know, these walls are pretty bare compared to some, but I thought because I had the pillars, I don't necessarily need that. Right. So we're gonna go ahead and hop on this before it takes off. Here we go. Enjoy.
Oh, honey, the new recruits are here.
Oh. I thought they were coming tomorrow on Christmas Eve.
It is Christmas Eve, dear.
Oh, are we behind schedule?
Yes, that's why they're here.
Well, hello, new recruits. We've been expecting your arrival. Welcome to the NPTFAOW, otherwise known as the North Pole Toy Factory Association of the World. Before you get started, let's give you a little tour of the facility.
We'll start in the office space. Most likely you won't be spending too much time in here, as you're going to be working on the floor rather than at a desk.
In fact, it looks like almost everyone is on the floor. Where is everyone? Anyway, on to the next area. Anytime you enter this area, be sure to put on your hard hats, just in case anything falls.
Dear, are we meant to give them elf hard hats? They aren't elves. These are full-grown men and women.
I'll order some on Amazon, I guess.
We can make any toy we want, but we don't have normal hard hats. How embarrassing. Well, we'll get those for you, but in the meantime, in this room is the beginning stage of production. We take raw materials and prepare them to be turned into toys.
Hard hats are ordered and should be here today. Got a lot of prime shipping.
Yes, dear. Anyway, on to the next room. You may have noticed the colored smoke coming from all the buildings. Well, this is from the crystals we have under the Earth here at the North Pole. If you took the train up, you likely saw a lot of them.
Indeed, each color is its own specific use and power. In this case, we see the red crystal, which gives the energy needed to run the village. I guess it's our version of electricity. You shouldn't have to come into this room that often, because there's no toy making here. Oh my, what's that? Honey, do you think that's a problem?
No, I don't think so. It does that all the time.
Well, we'll notify the elf mechanic, and they'll take a look at it. Shouldn't be a problem. You're completely safe, I promise. Wish we had those hard hats now. Well, on to the next area of the factory. This is where all the toys get built. Parts on the left and assemblies on the right. This is where most of you will be spending your time with us.
And it's super easy. All you have to do is pull the levers and push the buttons as they light up, and the machines will do all the rest. Oh dear, is that a fire? Oh my, that's not good. Should we stop the tour for a little bit until that's resolved?
I don't think that's necessary. Just a minor fire. The fire elves will handle it. Onward. Oh dear, oh my. This is, can someone turn on the fire sprinklers?
We should stop the tour now.
Agreed. Stop. Oh, my friends, the tour vehicle is not stopping. So we're just going to continue. You might want to put your hands over your head just in case. Really wish we had those hard hats now.
As you may or may not be able to see, this is where all the presents get wrapped and get ready to be sent up. We have over 1 million types of wrapping paper and 10 million ribbons and bows, making each present as unique as possible. That's hot. Yeah, if you're not working the other assembly room, you will likely be in here and thank goodness, the sprinkler's turned on.
Finally, we end this tour with the one thing everyone wants to see, Santa's bag. Using sacred techniques and a little magic, we managed to fit every present for every kid that's made it onto the nice list.
And that is the end of our tour. Please exit to your left and down the hall and you'll be given your assignment. We've got a lot of work to do and no time to waste. Also, we would appreciate it if you don't mention the fire to anyone. But have a great day and work hard. Thank you.
Oh hey, the hard hats are here. Wow, that was fast. How do they do it?
Dear, you do know that we are able to deliver over 7 billion presents in under 24 hours, right?
Oh right, but it seems like magic sometimes.
Honey, we have magic. Oh, wait, you're still here? Did you hear? Oh, never mind, of course you did. This whole experience has not been the most ideal for our guests. We should probably just wipe their memory of this tour.
Good idea.
There we go. Never quite been able to get the timing right on the last part just because of the frames. It's very inconsistent. But I still think it gives the effect it needs. Alrighty dighty. On to the new coaster. As I previously mentioned, I took heavy inspiration from the movie Rise of the Guardians for this. Just kind of, not necessarily the plot of it, but the building. Just like the main, like Santa's workshop with the big globe in it. If you guys seen the movie, then you know what I'm talking about. If not, sorry. But also in here for the interior, I made it kind of like a museum of of each of the colored crystals that would be found in the tunnels. Kind of saying on what color is for what. So show y'all then briefly, and last one. So I don't know why, I just figured having like the colored smoke would be like indicating that that building is using that crystal, even though it's not like they're burning the crystal, but that's just kind of the way that my brain thought of it. This room I just thought would be like this is where Santa would work. So I just cluttered it with as much stuff as I can. He's got some books for all the research he does, for all the toys, and I'm really happy with it, way that this building came out. So, and obviously this was like the last building. This was like the last interior that I did. This one and this one. So I was very happy with the way that it turned out. I also found it funny. This is like the break room for all the elves. So they got couches, just chilling. So kind of funny. Now this room is massive. This took a long time to make because I wanted this to be kind of like based this whole room off of the one scene of Rise of the Guardians with the big globe. Then I had the idea of like having little flyers carrying presents around, kind of like transports. But yeah, I just kind of divided this room up into separate areas and made it so that, you know, they're each doing a separate toy. I use a lot of the TMTK plushies of Planet Coaster just because I think they're pretty cute. And just the queue just kind of wanders down to our final coaster. Oh, but what's this you say? Didn't we see this sleigh in the factory? Well, you never know. Santa might have a few extras in case one of them breaks down. You never know. I totally wasn't being lazy. Alright, so this is going to be a wing coaster. I will cut to it when it's ready. Alright, we're just going to set it to nighttime now, and we are going to ride it again on the other side. And let's see, 4. Oh, what the heck? Alrighty, daddy. There we go. Just gonna zoom up the queue, or the exit, I should say. Right, and we got the nighttime lighting in here. And we are out. Right. That pretty much covers everything in the park. As for this new coaster, camera's tossing me around. For this new coaster, I just love this view coming over the top hat. It's just so pretty. You can see the whole park. Let's set it to 6. That's not 6. Am I right with my times? There we go. Frame rates are definitely hurting for everything. Yeah. This is kind of the shot of the outside of the coaster, which I didn't really know exactly what I was going to do for the side of this mountain. But when I started putting some more buildings, again, kind of expanding the village, which I thought was a good idea just because it seemed like we had so much stuff going on over here, putting some more small details, making it look a little bit more crowded, I think was a really good decision. Alright, we are just gonna, like any theme park, you gotta exit, so we are just gonna quickly, whoa, wrong camera mode. We are gonna quickly take the ski lift back down, because why not? Took the train up, take this one back down. There we go. Nice little relaxing ski lift. And once again, power of editing, we are down here. Alright. This view has definitely changed a lot since we started this. Got a whole skyline up there now with candy canes, some domes, lots of trees, and even some lighting now at this nighttime. And we are gonna exit the park. And that is gonna wrap up this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode and all the others. I do hope you enjoyed them. I certainly did. Like I said, this project has been super fun. Learned a lot, and also got a really cool park out of it. So, if you want me to do this again, leave a comment. See if I can come up with something that's maybe not quite as tedious with the buildings and maybe a little easier to film. But other than that, see you guys next time. Bye!